My wife and I have built up numerous social media accounts and they've all been successful. And I can tell you, it wasn't because we were posting at the perfect time. It wasn't because of hashtags. And it wasn't because we were using trending sounds or posting 7 times a day or doing the green screen thing or whatever hack is going around this week. And it makes sense people think that's what works when this kind of slop is going around. Everyone's always looking for that one algorithm trick that's going to make their account blow up. The magic posting schedule, the perfect caption formula, whether or not to post reels or carousels. To be honest with you, that stuff doesn't matter. And here's the thing about all those viral hook templates and copy this format videos. They might get you views, but you're always going to be chasing the next hack. You're always borrowing someone else's system instead of becoming somebody who doesn't need one. This video today is going to be a little different. I'm not giving you templates to copy. I'm showing you how to become a creator that naturally makes content that just works without needing to Google best hooks 2025 ever again. These are habits that are going to change how you think, not just what you post. So today I'm going to give you 10 micro habits for social media growth. And habits 8, 9, and 10 are going to separate people who actually build something from people who just try to hack their way to a high follower count. And those people will never figure out how to make money from it. Habit number 1, pick a topic you actually enjoy. Everyone says pick a profitable niche, find what's trending, or look what's getting views. So people end up making content about stuff they don't actually care about. And then what happens is every single piece of content or video you make, it feels like homework. I've seen this happen so many times. Someone picks a niche because the money looks good. And then 3 months later, they've completely stopped posting. They've just completely run out of things to say that didn't come from somebody else's video. The most successful creators can talk about their niche or topic for 2 hours without any scripting or any Googling or anything. They're just genuinely obsessed about their topics. They'd be thinking about this stuff even if nobody's watching. So if you're only in this for the numbers and the money, and you're willing to talk about anything to get there, you're not going to last long enough to see the results compound. Being passionate about what you're talking about gives you the fuel you need to keep going when the algorithm isn't rewarding you. So pick something you talk about for free. And I think that's how you stay in the game long enough to actually see results. Habit number 2, post when your idea hits you. Don't save it for later. Don't jot it down on a notepad, because here's what happens when you don't. You get a great idea, you feel it, and you jot it down. Then 2 days later, you come back to your notes and you're staring at a sentence that made perfect sense when you wrote it, but now it feels completely flat. That's because your ideas have a half-life. When inspiration strikes, you're connected to the emotion behind it. You know exactly why it matters because you feel it. But when you're reconstructing it from notes, the energy is different and you're a little different. And the content ends up feeling a little forced because you're not in it anymore. Some of the best performing content feels almost effortless to that creator. And that's because they captured it at the peak of its resonance. They didn't let it go cold. So when an idea hits, try and record it in the moment if you can. Don't wait. Habit 3, create more than you consume. Have you ever sat down to record something and realized you sound like the people you just watched on TikTok? I used to start my mornings scrolling, and I noticed my content that day kind of felt a little derivative. One time I caught myself using the same hand gestures I saw another creator just 20 minutes earlier. The second you open TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, you instantly go into reaction mode. You kind of start absorbing other people's ideas, their formats, and their styles. And when you go to create, you're not really pulling from your own head anymore. You're unconsciously mimicking what you just watched. So now I try to create first and then scroll later. Habit number 4, post and detach. So here's kind of a trap people fall into. You post something that you're proud of, and then you spend the next 3 hours refreshing the app to see how it's doing. We've all been there. Honestly, refreshing the app constantly doesn't really change anything, and you don't have much control over what performs after you post it. You can only control what you put out. So just post it, release it, move on to the next one. The creators that last long term, they're not too attached to the outcomes, because if you need every single post to hit, you're going to burn out really fast. So detach from the results and just keep going. Habit 5, one video, one idea. Here's a mistake that I kind of made early on. I tried to pack 3 concepts into one video idea because I thought I was adding more value. But then I look at the comments and nobody was really talking about any of it. The video just didn't land. Because when you throw too much at people, nothing really sticks. If you have 3 ideas, you don't have one video, you have 3 videos. Your audience will remember one clear takeaway. They won't remember a list they forgot by the time they scroll to the next post. One video, one idea, just keep it tight. Habit number 6, review your top 3 posts every month. Most creators never look back at what worked. They kind of just keep guessing. They keep throwing stuff out there and just hoping something sticks. I started doing this simple thing once a month. I pull up my 3 best performers from the last 30 days. And I ask myself, what do they have in common? Was it the topic or the format, the length, the energy I brought in the video? And patterns started jumping out to me. Stuff I never would have noticed if I wasn't looking. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to hyper-analyze everything. Just make sure you're looking at it and noticing the patterns. And then do more of what's already working. Not what's working for somebody else, what's working for you. Habit number 7, don't sweat the small stuff. I see creators agonizing over the tiniest decisions, and it's crazy. Post times, hashtags, trending sounds, whether to post at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., whether to use 5 hashtags or 15. These things are marginal at best. The people obsessing over the best time to post are usually avoiding doing the real work. So what actually matters? These last 3 points are going to hit home really hard. This is where the real creators separate themselves. Habit number 8, speak keywords in the first 3 seconds. Here's something most people get wrong. They start their videos with some vague setup or a joke or, hey guys, and then 10 seconds in, the viewer still doesn't know what the video's about. So they swipe away. And it's not always because the content was bad. It's just they didn't know what it was about. You don't have to do cheesy hooks or even yell at the camera, but you do need to say actual words that tell people what the video is about. If your video is about editing photos, make sure you say that in the first 3 seconds. If it's about buying a house, say buying a house. If it's a budget laptop review, say budget laptop. Here are some examples of those. So I've been editing photos for 10 years, or before you buy a house, here's what you need to know. This is the best budget laptop right now. See, the keywords are in the first 3 seconds. So I know exactly what that video is about. When someone's scrolling and they hear those words, their brain immediately knows this is for me or it's not. That's the decision you want them to make really fast. Say the keywords, say them clearly. You don't need to do cheesy hooks like everyone is saying too. You don't need to copy other people's hooks. It's really just a matter of people need to know what the video is about. And your watch time will go up because people actually know what they're getting. Habit number 9, your retention graph is your North Star. This is how you know if that first 3 seconds is actually working. But first, you need to understand how every platform's algorithm works right now. YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. They all run on the same thing. It's watch time. Watch time is how long people actually stay on your video. It's not views, it's not impressions. How many seconds or minutes the viewer is watching before they swipe to the next video. It's very simple. If people watch your content longer, you are keeping more people on the app, which lets the platforms sell more ads. That's their main motivation. So if you can keep people on the app longer, they will push your videos more. If people scroll past your videos in the first 2 seconds, the algorithm is going to bury it. It doesn't matter how good the rest of the video is. Nobody is going to see it. You should be able to see your watch time inside the analytics on all these apps. On YouTube, it's average view duration. TikTok and Instagram show average watch time. But the number alone doesn't tell you where you're losing people. That's where the retention graph comes in. Let me show you what I mean. This graph tells you more than any other metric. More than likes, more than comments, more than shares. If you see a steep drop right at the beginning, it means your hook isn't working. It means people are swiping away from your video very quickly. People are swiping away from your video before they even know what it's about. And when that happens, your average watch time completely tanks. The algorithm sees that and it stops pushing your content. That's why the previous habit, speak your keywords in the first 3 seconds, matters so much. People know whether or not this video is for them. The right people stay and your watch time goes up, and the algorithm will reward you. So check your retention graph. Here are 2 retention graphs that show one steep drop off and one that shows gradual. They're all kind of gonna be a downslope no matter what. You're never gonna have one that's completely flat. The goal is to not have a super steep drop off in the beginning. Drop a comment below what your social media handle is and what platform, and I'll look at your profile and give you feedback. My channel is still really small, so I'll probably have time to go through them all. Habit number 10, talk to one person. So before you hit record, just picture one person you're talking to, not an audience or a list of followers, just one person. And here's why this matters more than ever. AI is everywhere now. People are reading ChatGPT scripts word for word, and you can tell because there's no real personality or stumbles. There's no weird phrasing that sounds like a real human. And right now, people might not fully notice it, but they're starting to sniff it out. And the more AI-generated content that starts flooding your feed, the more people are going to crave the opposite. Real people talking to real people. Authenticity isn't something you can really fake. So here's a little trick that I do. I literally print out pictures of my 2 brothers and I put them on the tripod behind my camera. These aren't people that I perform for. I don't curate myself around them. I just talk. And that's the kind of energy you want in your content. When you're talking to your sibling or your family member, you use real words, your real delivery. You make the dumb joke. You explain things the way you actually think about them. And that's what's going to connect with your audience. Not like super polished, just as real as possible. So you don't have to try to be authentic. Just imagine one person you would actually talk to. And when you're filming, imagine you're talking to that person. That's it. 10 micro habits. None of them are really complicated, but they will compound over time. So that's it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you next time.